Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm talking about Venus trine or sextile to Chiron in Synastry. So these aspects are very similar to what I've said about the conjunction of Venus and Chiron, although unlike the conjunction or the other hard aspects of Venus and Chiron, this one can sometimes be a little bit under the radar. Like with the trine or the sextile, it takes a little bit more time to develop or to notice actually how comfortable you feel in each other's presence. So that's probably the major difference here is a feeling of comfort in your wounds being awakened by someone. So that's like the distinct contrast between even the conjunction and the square or the opposition is that with Venus trine or sextile Chiron, we feel our wounds opening up, but it is much more comfortable to us. It's much more gradual and also less noticeable, like I said. So there's going to be other things going on in the synastry that are probably more strongly felt, at least right off the bat. We tend to really feel hard aspects, and then when we get a beautiful trine or a beautiful sextile like this, it just takes a little bit of time to really allow it to like blossom in its beauty. But these are really beautiful aspects. These are very nice to have. As the Venus person, you can feel so like seen and not judged, and a real like opening of your heart. Like this is someone who it's easy to be with, it's easy to be yourself, because Venus, although it is, a big part of how we love and like the inner lover, and it is to do with romance, it also is just how we are socially. So, sometimes there's certain aspects that make you feel really socially awkward and weird around someone, and it doesn't mean you don't like them or it doesn't mean you're not compatible. It's just like, they activate that in you. Now, this I feel like is like the opposite of that, rather than feeling super socially awkward or weird, like even early on in the relationship, you might not notice this is why this is happening, but like there is a feeling of comfort, and there is a feeling of, especially for the Venus person, like I can be myself and be loved, which is an excellent belief to like download into your consciousness. This is something that I often instill into people in some of my healing sessions, is like this belief of like I can be myself and be loved, because there's a lot of like performative energy around love, and like we can have these unconscious belief systems of like, yeah, needing to be a certain way to be loved, or needing to be perfect to be loved, or needing to be, a lot of people don't feel like they'll be loved for like their weirdness or their quirkiness or whatever, right? Which we all have in some form, right? Uranus energy. But yeah, with this synastry aspect, or these two synastry aspects, you really do feel like as the Venus person that like I can be myself and be loved. And it's not so awkward as some other aspects we might have, and it can feel like I've said, an opening, like a heart opening, a very gentle, like I said, not always noticeable right off the bat, but a really gentle heart opening towards each other, where you do kind of get the sense or get the taste of it, like that, oh, this could be something really good, or this could be something really enriching for my life. This could be something financially profitable. There is also the Venus Taurus connotation, of money. So, yeah, and then you get the sense that like this could be pleasurable, this could be enjoyable, this, yeah, like, and it'll kind of catch you off guard if you maybe didn't notice it right away, that, oh, this is an easy love. This is natural. And it's healing, but it's healing not in the messy way of these squares and oppositions causing triggering major crisis. It's like healing in the sense of like taking a nice bubble bath or going in a walk through the forest or something like that. So, and all healing is valuable, but this is just a different kind of form of it. So, as the Chiron person, the Venus person's energy and influence really softens you in regards to your Chiron. So, like, you, where Chiron is in our natal chart, it is kind of like an uncomfortable point. It can definitely be like the major pain point of the chart, an energy that is really difficult for us to master, but yet we must. And it also is, really on a higher level connected to our purpose. So when someone's Venus is trining or sextiling our Chiron, it is a really nice feeling as well, but kind of in a different way where we feel seen, we can feel loved for our wound. Like we can feel like, oh, maybe it's not so bad the way that I feel, or the problems that I have, or the way that I'm critical of myself. Like maybe it's okay. So there's a real gentle healing opening there, and the Chiron person can really feel like the same thing too. Like I can be myself and be loved, and it really is a soothing energy. Like especially if, let's say, Chiron is in like a more anxious sign, then Venus's energy kind of, and I mean Chiron is anxious in every sign that it's in because it's like this painful part of us, but Venus, it's like a gentle soothing of that wound. And then also, especially with the sextile, a lot of creativity can come from this. A lot of creativity can come out of this, and the Chiron person can really get a sense of like more of their mission or more of their purpose and what they're doing here in regards to the sign and house placement of their Chiron. So you want to look at the elements that are making the aspect here. Like if this trine is in fire, that's going to be experienced a lot different than if this trine is in earth, or if this sextile is in air, fire rather than earth, water, right? You have to look at, like, that's the kind of energy healing essence that we're having here. So you have to always look at those elements to see, because like a fire trine is going to act a lot different or feel a lot different than a water trine. And they're both beautiful in their own ways, right? But what else do I want to say about this? There's not a lot of judgment of each other, and this can do well to soften other things that may be difficult, squares or oppositions or something. If you throw in this trine or this sextile, there's a real kindness towards each other where, we're not as judging when we have this trine or this sextile. So the trine is probably maybe even in some way less noticeable because it's so natural. It's such a natural flow of being together, even more comfortable. And then the sextile is more active, more creative, more sociable because of the Gemini Aquarius connotation of the sextile aspect. And so you're probably going to notice it a bit more, although it's not quite as strong because the elements are, not trying. They're sextile, but it's like there's potential for you to feel this comfort and for you to feel this ease. And you really like each other a lot with these aspects, and they can do well, like I've said, to make up for a lot of these other things. Now, the feeling is not quite as strong of like, oh, this is a fated soulmate connection and it's triggering all my wounds and pain. It's not, like I said, it's not as strong as the other aspects, but it's just a nice, comfortable feeling and it's a great asset to have in your Synastry chart. So yeah, I'd love to know your experience of these aspects. If you've had either one, the trine or the sextile, what has it been like for you? Let me know in the comments, you guys. And thank you so much for your requests. Keep them coming. Thank you for watching. Okay, talk soon. Bye.